But one of great success, and one who, yes, did it against a very impressive opponent, but it was a close scoreline. We'll see how it now comes through. Honestly, if you're the Cobras, you're probably feeling a little bit rough around the edges. You've got to pull yourself back together here. This is your one shot at this. These two teams, yes, they respect each other. Yes, they know each other well enough, and even trialing for each other, as the desk highlighted. But now they are mortal enemies. They have to throw down, and I've got to see more from the Cobras now.
Cobras need that pistol round. They need the confidence. That is like, you all can always say, oh, pistol round is important. Here, it is even more important because they're on a back foot. They lost the first map to a score 13-4. They need the confidence back because they need that pistol round, basically.
Okay, we'll keep our eyes on what they do with this and what the intentions are from SUMN FC. I'm going to have to just kind of wing this when it comes to them because I'm learning as we go. And they are showing a lot early in a tournament. This is still the quarterfinals. But these guys are, this is life on the line. They've left jobs for this. They have done everything to commit to these moments, to these games that they're playing right now. So I don't blame SUMN FC for showing everything. Ooh. But now the first deal does come in for Machine. Can't back away cleanly. A little sloppy. It allows a trade for Doma. And now bit of map territory has been gained. So
I really liked what Machine did because he put out massive map control on the map for Cobras. This is their trademark. They basically push everything, especially in pistol rounds, to get more map control. But at the same time, I felt like after getting that kill through the smoke, just dash away. Yeah. Just dash away, change your position. Just don't lose the advantage you just worked so hard for.
Hugstar, don't do this. Don't do this. Do not do this.
He has every advantage. 125 HP and a ghost from Machina. He was confident in himself. And they took the site.
Yeah, this is now looking, I've got to say, like SUMN FC just read this so well. I understand why Hugstar would re-aggress towards short just to get some map control back after losing long as they did, but it's going to leave them in a really tough spot. And now with this happening, information has been filtered through to the rest of the side. That turret just gave away. Hey, we're trying to retake double peek from short. Gorgeous work from Doma again, and we're seeing the characterized play. This man, if he gets going early, shock darts can only get you so far. And they're not getting fancy far at all.
Yeah, Fancy and Honeybee, not really much HP going on for them, and they have to meet so many players now, but 8 HP against a paint shell. That's gonna be it for him.
Oh, Doma, gonna do him dirty. Nice try from Honeybee, but unable to achieve much. And after that initial exchange on long, I think that kind of opened up all the room for SUMN FC to run it wherever they wanted.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's true. That's true. I feel like Cobras actually did start the round well.
Yes.
But they felt too confident. At least Machine did, I think.
I think mistakes can be made, and I don't mind teams trying to get aggressive on defensive sides. I will always praise teams for trying it, but there is a balance, and you've got to know that danger zone buffer, almost, I like to put it. If he pushes up towards short, you want to be able to fall back away from it. You want to get that information. Yes, that's where they're going. Obviously, this map is very unique in the fact it's got 3 spike sites. So that is a very different element. So information is always king here. But once again, SUMN FC considering long and short as the take, using the utility from Doma to clear the way and say, hey, ain't no one pushed up this time.
Interesting split from SUMN. They are not afraid any shotguns in A short. Maybe they check the bots from Cobra. They just jump on the site.
These guys are confident and they're flexing right now, taking over the site comfortably, and now leaving the retake in the hands of the players who weren't really equipped for it. The Marshall, it's got uses. This probably isn't its prime one, but maybe you're going to show me something special here. Maybe you could get a gun away, maybe a bit of damage. You want to do something. This feels very flat so far. Jack's already found Vlad, and this is feeling horrible for the Cobras. We said for confidence purposes, momentum building, these initial rounds would have been wonderful. They don't win you the game necessarily, but they do stop Boaster bounding at you.
Yeah, and we see the tsack buying the Stinger every single game on round 2. I really like this consistency that they have in the buy rounds. There's no feeling, I'm feeling better here, I'm gonna go with I don't know, a Sheriff or something. I want to be consistent. I want to do something for my team that everyone is prepared for. Really liking this. That they have exactly everything planned out. But by the way, it seems like Cobras on the other side have that planned out as well, because every single half buy they do on the second round is the same. 1 scout, 1 deagle, and they have like this kind of positioning that is very similar to each other.
That's a very good point, and it looks like long control is something high on the priority list for the Cobras. So look towards A, they're going to put the Jett as deep down as they can, complementing that with a bit of utility to set the play into motion. It keeps The offensive side struggling for information and a lot less map control to work with. However, a trade is good. It's effective, and it will at least allow maybe a gun to fall back through towards the attacking team. I wonder where they take this now. They've opened up A long, they've pressured that, but they haven't left the rest of the map unattended.
Yeah, look at Seaside though. Everything is open there, no control whatsoever. So I'm banking on Cobras just playing for a retake on C, which makes the most sense. I feel like on Haven you want to retake A if your Sova is still alive and retake C, because that allows this Sova to shine with his recon arrow, probably some shock darts as well to clean up some angles or just delay the plant. So now they're moving it actually breach to C. There's a smoke that is really weird. I'm not sure if you see it.
Yeah,
on double doors.
It's a little bit put down.
It's like
30
offset.
seconds left.
Yeah, I'm not sure the intentions, and I'm
seconds
sure we'll
left.
find out eventually. Flashy, and look at the movement coming out. They've got to land
Oh!
it. Takes him
One
with
for
him.
one.
Doma will take that all day long. That's how you open a site. Just sacrifice yourself. But Honeybee swings in for one, but the trades still go on, and Vlad is the one to close down for the Cobras. Finally, they get back on this.
NASA wasn't happy with that rocket. You know, it was just... I mean, 1 for 1 when he had 5 HP on him, and still a good deal, right?
Yeah, you'll take that.
But history repeats itself. This is a bonus round for SUMN, and they deal exactly the same damage to Cobras they did before. 3 fatalities, and this costs the economy of Cobras like really heavily. So now when you're gonna, pay attention to what Cobras are buying. Well, they're gonna go with small armors, I think, small shields. Let's see in a second. Yeah, 2 people with small shields, which is quite unfortunate, especially when you play against Phantoms from Boaster and tsack.
I like the pace change from SUMN as well. This is really quick. They've instantly taken the side control. Smokes are up. There is no messing around. This was full intention shown early. They'll be very well aware that a flank could be quick. I think that's why Killjoy has stayed a little bit deeper. So we're going to have to keep our eyes on that. So the flank will be controlled by Killjoy. And then that retake through kind of CT and this Heaven side is going to be dealt with the rest. So already fancy. First bit of information found. That's Doma. Not so subtle on the way in, but the pace was exceptional. A little bit more information going here, looking for that first contact on long now. tsack's got it. That's his job done. Tick in the box, that's going to be a pat on the back later for him, but now the rest need to deliver, and it gets a little dicey now, but Doma's up to the challenge, and looking for another. No one else is feeling it. It looks like they're backing away already.
Yeah, they need to save those weapons. This is too important. If they lose the round now, they lose all the rifles, there's no way of coming back in the next round, unless they pull off a miracle like they did on Bind, but this is more consistent. I like the decision making here. It's not always smart to save, but this is the situation where it's very smart, because they know if they don't win this one, they're most likely going to lose the next one, and it's going to snowball out of control. What I wanted to point out in the post-plan situation, really liked what Mistic was doing. He knew he is not needed to keep a first angle of contact, so he was sitting below Haven, with a paranoia out, which was an assistance for Doma, who was keeping check on CT, and when there was a call out, do it now, paranoia comes in, Doma peeks and gets double kill. It wasn't needed in this case, but he had
Nice
that
to have
prepared.
it. Yeah, exactly. That's a really nice theory craft build, kind of mid-round or late-round piece. Now, it does look like the Cobras are going to have to keep respecting the fact they need to take map control somewhere, because if not, already someone's showing what they can do, but it looks like Mistic this time is going to go walkabout. It's already Omen on Omen action going to happen pretty damn soon. Mistic up top, though, looking to be a danger, trying to be the turret. Boaster on the plant. This is above a minute. This is madness. Boaster's dead and buried, and the Cobras finally show a little bit of venom, holding the line here. Doma and tsack, it looked like they went for something a little bit of a pocket play, but it's really come up with nothing.
Yeah, this is the first time I've seen SUMN a little bit more chaotic. Kind of seemed like out of place in their playbook.
And now Doma and tsack to try and find a way back through. They do have a fair enough chance of this. If Doma can get another pick, it's game back on, but Vlad says no. Big Vlad's having none of it. And tsack now in the 1v3, noted in middle. Smoke dissipates.
Ace!
Vlad making it look oh so easy. Well played to the Cobras then, but it was Vlad, that initial Omen on Omen action. Well, he won the initial fight, and then he won the rest of the fight.
Well, Vlad has to feel good with that ace. Putting 5 on his scoreboard. He actually did massive work on this side. He did stop the initial push, even with that very offensive teleport from Doma, sorry, not Doma, from Mistic on the B box. And he still kind of held his ground. Like, very impressive work. That requires a lot of patience. But for me, this round was a little bit like too chaotic for SUMN. They just went for, oh, you know what? I'm just gonna teleport there and we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I sometimes do like a kind of weird thing. Oh, the damage coming off of this already. Hugstar should be happy with what he's achieved. He doesn't know how much damage he's done, but doma, Mo, tsack all looking worse for wear. Mo's gonna try and regress towards long, and it's not really gone well. The Cobras have held it this time. This fight on long, finally favorable towards them. But doma working up towards short. Gonna isolate Hugstar for a second. Notes the position. Mo gets it. Nice work on playing the pick there. And now a 2v2. They have time to play with.
Yeah, they had time to just fall back, get more positioning, fake maybe going C, because most likely a recon arrow gonna be shot at C, which allows doma to take control and lurk on A. Yeah, see the lineup on Sova right now that goes on the backside. There's a recon arrow hitting back C. Now that's something that Killjoy needs to play around. He probably gets an information, oh, they're going to C. This is why we see Omen using the smoke, which allows doma to take control of A, plant the bomb. Now Omen hears that sound cue, gives info to Killjoy. Killjoy rotates through mid, but makes noise. Most likely.
Long doma. Doma's no idea. Well, he's got time to get the gun out. This is terrifying. This is a very viable round now, a 1v1. Vlad still standing. Yes, he went around the houses to get back here, but did he spot the cross? Does Mo know what's coming his way? He's sticking the defuse. Vlad gets off it. He's going to try and expect the information starts flowing. He's got to push it. Oh, he's got it. Surely he's done this. He has. That's ridiculous from Vlad.
He had it. Like, I was suspecting a lineup from Shock Dots coming from...
That's what I thought was going to come in, but...
Coming from Fancy, but he didn't fancy them. So, wait, sorry, that's not Fancy. That was Mo. Mo 40. I was certain he's going to use some Shock Dots into that common position for the plant. He still has two.
Why has he not used them? That's why I was a little bit confused. He went for the information. I don't know why he did this. A choice made in the final moments there. Even if he did go to get the information, sure, I get that. But he swung on it so late, he would never have stopped the defuse.
But it was such a cool round.
It was a really cool round. You're right. Just, but again, I have to remind myself, some of these players, this is the highest pressure they've ever been in. So those just seconds of choices can make big differences. But doma, back on this quick play, this may be the answer that they're looking forward to try and take down that long presence, taking big site control, but taking so much damage for this.
That Nano Swarm bites. 100 damage coming from it, but Mistic finds a kill on his counterpart.
Oh, doma, you are so crisp
he domed
on
him.
These. I like that. That's pretty good going. Hugstar and Fancy, though, the last two standing. And you can see where they currently reside. They are not in the right place, nor at the right time. And Hugstar just had to watch as his team got slaughtered. But you get, I think we've seen the difference of SUMN FC being super comfortable on a map, like the first one we just witnessed, and a couple of kind of quirkier rounds. I think there's a lot still in the kind of laboratory for them that they're working through, maybe some theoried pieces. And they've tried them out here, now feeling potentially more confident. But a good round for them now.
Yeah, I see a very big difference for doma, though.
Yeah.
Him on Raze, he kind of like changed his entire playstyle. As an Omen, he was a little bit more reserved, but still aggressive. Yeah. He was using a lot of his teleports in an aggressive way on Vine. But here, he just runs in. He doesn't care. He plays it kind of like a Jett. He just goes on site. If he gets a contact and he's worried he might just die, he just uses the satchels, goes back, you know, or just changes his position vertically and goes out of sight. So interesting playstyle coming from doma, very confident, and it pays dividend for the entire team.
Was that a Prime Gaming Flawless round?
Was it?
I think it might have been, yeah. I was just like thinking to myself, wait, no one died on the other side. Very nicely done. So shout out to that. But it has ruined the economy of the Cobras now. So this has been a bit of a contested start. A couple of the rounds have been incredibly close, hence the scoreline being 4-3. But the Cobras now suffering at the very end of, at least kind of mid to end of this half here. The money now going to be a little bit trickier to play with, but going to try and supplement that with a bit of aggression towards middle. Vlad going to push up towards window, gets a fight. This is unseen so far. That is a freebie. Mo's going to be a little frustrated, I'm sure, but doma instantly with a response.
What a shot from Hugstar! That was beautiful headshot. And now he pushes even more confidently, but he misses the second shot. Still, 2 versus 2, and the HP is actually on Cobra's side. They have, I think they lost map control. They have no idea
Yeah.
where everyone is.
Yeah, Honeybee's doubling down on this. Like, surely they don't go window again. Surely they won't be... Oh, the gun barrel gives it away. Honeybee just so crisp on these shots. We got a little excited on the first map when he hit one of those, but now we see a 1v2. Mistic, let's see how you do this. Jett is so
he gives
close.
out the sound cue. She knows. I felt like Mistic could have used the shift a little bit earlier. You know, he knows where everyone was when his breach died. So he could have just paid it more patiently, maybe even teleport somewhere if he did have it. I'm not sure actually now. But still, fantastic round by Cobra, but it just fits into their playstyle. They played aggressive mid, took control of the map, got a fantastic kill with Vlad here. He opened that round. This was crucial for this round's success. And even though he did die in the next peak, killing that Sova was just so important to not give information that there are two in the window. This is why Hugstar was allowed to get an additional kill and basically open it for Honeybee to get window control again.
Yep.
It was small pieces that actually all fell in place because of the aggressive playstyle for Cobras.
And I like an intended plan coming in for those thrifty rounds. A little Playzilla thrifty round, we can call that for now. However, SUMN FC wanted to try and kind of get back into the pace of things. Another pacey piece towards B, it looks like.
Ah, the
Doma, this could be
teleport.
nice. Yeah, we've seen this before, and we're seeing it again. This does look like it's got kind of moving parts to the puzzle, and you can see where they go. Put down the smokes, force them away from the sites in towards the extremities, the connectors, and then you have Doma flying through them. And now left with 3 the Cobras. I mean, you're just bamboozled at this point.
This is what they tried to do before, but it didn't go through. So basically what happens, Mistic is teleporting on B side on the boxes, while Doma pushes to back of the double door with the satchels when the paranoia hits. Very well coordinated, and that allows Doma to get control for the C push. That is happening simultaneously on C long.
I love the fact that we've now seen the 2 versions, one where it works and one where it doesn't. We've seen how much it takes to get these right. So for Machine and Fancy, it's going to be once again those the awkward fights. We don't love to see it.
Right-click classic.
Oh, dearie me. But the op does still stay into play. That is the main thing. These two really want to keep the money, not necessarily favorable to them, but they need these guns to go forward. Otherwise, they'll be in a lot of trouble because, well, the economy is going to be in a bit of a tough spot, I'm sure.
How does it look, actually?
I'm actually not 100% certain, but yeah, you don't want to be messing around without an op at this point.
Still kind of awkward. Vlad has nothing. He can buy a big shield and a Spectre, and I'm guessing he's gonna go for that because 4 other teammates of his do have a full buy. He needs to commit to something. He actually goes for small shields and a Bulldog.
Okay.
He did have one. That ace that he did was actually on the same buy.
Hold on. Are we going to see some mid-aggression coming out from Machine? Yeah, a little bit. Now, I love the way they've utilized the smoke there to keep that initial peek on window favorable to them to allow that peek towards kind of the double door push. That's a very nice little pocket piece from a Jett, just a personality piece. But this is still SUMN going back to those quick A hits that we've seen time and time again. However,
what a nice fake.
Doma selling everything. 4 players here, and look where that spike is, all the way over towards C. Now, Killjoy is still over here, so they do know that there's something going on. They've seen and heard enough, but the spike should be planted.
That was so well played by SUMN. They got that crucial info for. I feel like they kind of marinated Cobras for that because they played so fast on so many rounds on A that they just didn't know what was happening. I thought it's an execute already, but now 2 lockdowns coming in. Teams need to play around them.
Oh, this is going to get just sloppy, isn't it? Okay, one's been destroyed and no other players detained, so they've almost negated each other. And you can see this is them trying to draw the utility out. So smart. Machine needs to still deliver, stay alive. You can see the ultimates being popped, everything being thrown down. Honeybee is trying to clutch this out with Hugstar, and they've just about done it in time. Finally, the Cobras looking so venomous here in that scenario that just didn't favor them. They got drawn into that A hit. They believed that 4 players were there, but the retake finally worked out.
It worked out because of the utility usage. Honeybee with the lockdown was super instrumental to put everyone from C side onto the backside C long, and because of that, the breach Rolling Thunder actually hit 3 players at the same time, which allowed to get easy kills and that defuse. So there was, as you can see, he was still stunned.
Yeah.
He was just standing there and, well, I guess I'll shoot 2 times when he should
hope.
be 10
Yeah.
times. It's not really fair.
No. 5-5. A fair game, though, we're seeing here. And I like the intentions from SUMN. They've been looking good, but there has been answers now. The Cobras are waking up. It's exactly what we wanted to see. A little bit of a fight back. As much as I loved that first map, I'd rather see a closer fair between
For sure. This is way more entertaining as well for everyone, I guess.
Yeah, and it looks like coming into this, SUMN are just going to take their time. This is very much a default round. They're going to try and feel out any early aggression from the defensive team, see if they're up to anything. Jett has pushed a short, so that is going to be given away. I think that was the op shot coming through, so that's maybe what they were trying to feel out for.
And I like what a Cobras doing right now. They have very early informations on double doors if someone pushes that, because there's an alarm bot set up. Ooh, that is a crucial first blood from Machina.
But now they're kind of committed here. They're putting a lot of faith in Fancy to keep that short push safe. And there is going to be 3 players posted on this angle. They can't back away for the attackers. They're kind of locked into this. So keep your eyes on how they approach this. Does Omen bail them out? Has Mistic got something up his sleeve to help with? Because they've lost long control. Now with 35 seconds, it looks like they still want to go for this. But without long control, there's a weird crossfire. And
30
Fancy's
seconds left.
backing away? This could be a mistake. Boaster knows there's a player still along. That is so well done by Boaster. He knows which fight is more important. He's trying to get rid of Machine, and that is what they're pouring everything into, but that's the spike. There's only so much you can do. And now with 15 seconds, Hugstar's come on over. They've regained control. I love the idea. Machine may fall for this. He may die, but look at the time. 7 seconds to play with, no spike to be planted, and Hugstar's going to put his body on the line for it. And Hugstar is keeping this together. Check, that's an op in hand. Maybe keep that into the next round.
Yeah, so this was a very good round. I would say the plan was falling in place. We had seen that the A short push was actually so dragged out that it got the Cobras double guessed themselves. So that because of that, the Sova was falling back from CT. But unfortunately, it all came down to the actual shots. Hugstar pushed on that Jett on long, didn't get the kill. That I think cost like 20 seconds or something.
Yeah.
And because of that, they didn't have time for an execute on A side. If that Jett would have died instantly for that after that first flash, this round would have been completely different. But unfortunately, sometimes it is what it is. You need to hit your shots, not only utility.
Oh, Hugstar. It's just cruelty, isn't it? No window peaks, and you can see what happens. We're into the final round of the half. So if you have additional money, why not go for something a little bit interesting? You can buy the additional gun, juggle it through, and just keep it right next to you. No problem with that. I like it. It's a nice idea. But you can see SUMN now suffering at the backside of a very weak economy. Boaster, not in a good spot. Doma, just on the Bulldog, going to be a little trickier to operate with, as we do see the Cobras really finding their form, but Mistic going to punish the aggression from Vlad.
And now they have a 5th rifle.
Exactly, that's going to filter right on back through. Boaster could have it, maybe Doma, depends on who, but now we're going to see a quick play towards C. They might commit on this, considering they have the double door control as well, so only very limited retake potential. Looking at Mistic, where does he go with this?
He's just faking it. He's still staying on side, on the box, which is something that probably no one will anticipate as well. Maybe the green box in the back. But it's an angle that almost no one checks instantly. As you can see, Machina pays the price.
And now Honeybee did so well in this retake last time with Hugstar, but it's going to be tricky now. They really have to work out these angles. They still have that man towards middle for SUMN FC. You can see this is getting trickier, and Doma takes the gun that was on the ground and he puts it to such good use. Hugstar now in a 1v4. He's got to commit to it. It's the final round of the half, and Mistic thanks him for his time, and they'll take that round to close out at a nicely competitive 6-6. It wasn't as clean as map 1, but it's far more competitive.
Far more. Everyone kind of had their game on, you know? There was no one who was like slacking, who had a bad game. I felt like everyone had their moments to shine. Everyone, like especially players like Honeybee. He might have 5 kills on this round, but he is playing a different role in his team, which is holding out information, allowing for map control without any player commitment. So everyone is playing their role in both of those teams.
Okay, second half now. Time to still the nerves, kind of keep themselves as focused as possible. Take the information they've got. This is a different looking purple Cobras. They kind of looked a little stunned on the first map, but map 2 they look far better. Far sharper this time around. But the pistol round could really give them that first opportunity to maybe lead a scoreline in a pretty serious way. We'll find out though, looking at what the purchase may be. Any interesting weaponry coming through? I don't see too much really. It looks just kind of ghosts and a couple of classics.
I'm a big fan of classics in pistol rounds, so I was really happy seeing I think SUMN played 5 classics on bind in pistol rounds. Now they go for 2 ghosts, most likely because of the approach of the pistol round execute. So C long and A long. I mean banana basically, right?
Yep.
Should we should call it banana. It even has a shape like that a little bit.
I'm always down for it. My head, as soon as I look to that side of the map, I'm just like, I'm back on Inferno. But it does look kind of like it, and it does play very similar. It's one of those things. This map, I feel, is you need at least one of the 3 ports of map control here. You either need A long, short, or C long maybe, or doors. You have to take some part of the control on this map on either side. It's part of the kind of win conditions. And I hope we get an update when we get back into this one. Obviously, it is currently being paused, so players probably just getting themselves ready to go underway. But yeah, that is confirmed, just so you know.
What is the setup for Cobras right now? 3 people looking at double doors or 2? I'm not actually certain. I think it's 3. 3, one in window, which shows intent of aggressive double door push, I guess. We'll see how it works out.
Okay, Doma, let's have a little look. Being very aware of the sound coming through, Fancy. Keeping the Aldro nice and low. Not going to be an easy one to get around, but it looks like they're going to start building towards window. Now, we did see initially Doma was there. He put Sova around the back as well, so 2 players very close by to this. Now, it looks like they have no idea. It's going to be a window burst. Straight through they go, but Mo turns the flash in time, turns back around, and he sees a whole squad of people flooding towards him. But Doma in support. This has gotten messy. The Cobras had a clear intention, but it's come to absolutely nothing so far.
Interesting round. I have to rewatch this because right now I'm a little bit confused what happened with the double door control. But still, SUMN played to their own strength. Now they have the advantage 4 versus 1.
But the problem to me is, I like the ideas. I don't mind wraps like that or pressuring kind of unique areas. Taking the spike there is too dangerous for me. I'd rather the spike go up C long if that was their intention, or maybe through the connector by window. But wrapping around towards the defensive side is always going to leave the chance that you lose it in a really tough spot.
So I'm lacking a little bit of context to like kind of draw the conclusions out of this round. I'm not certain if someone did fall back to C long, but I don't think it happened. Yeah, there's Killjoy here, but still, like pushing through that mid is very wonky, especially since both players from SUMN were ready for that. Even though Hugstar did flash the Sova on the defense, there was Doma who kept the cool and tried to refrag after he was flashed. His teammate was flashed, but that even didn't happen.
So this is what I talk about when I discuss taking control on some portion of the map, especially the defensive side. I love the combination of utility, allowing Boaster to be pushed up to this position, because it'll allow Killjoy, as you can see, to rotate and supplement one of the other sides, which looks like C, maybe B, depending on where this hit eventually comes through to. And it looks like rinse and repeat. They love this window room, but I mean, I guess they do have just classics for now, so this should be Mo kind of free farming, and he is making it look easy. Eventually found by Hugstar, though. The Cobras do get a gun to kind of filter through, but with no armor, no additionals, it's going to be very tricky to make much count. Doma under pressure, nice work. Trying to capitalize, they do get down 2. If they get down a 3rd, I'd call it a success. Sadly, 2 was all they got, but not too bad.
I really like the execute on the breach Jett dash. It was really good timing, allowed for an easy kill, but at the same time, you know, they're playing a disadvantage 2v3. And they give out all their positions, right? You know where exactly Breach is, you know where the Jett dashed, so when the Breach died, they knew, SUMN exactly knew where the Jett is and which position they can just play it off call. And although they did die a little bit on this side, so they still have to rebuy. And I wouldn't be surprised if Mo goes for a Stinger here, and tsack just stays with the Ghost. Nice grenade to do some possible chip damage if they drawn out C-Long, which is nice combination with Doma pushing for himself. That grenade is a little bit delayed, so that allowed him to actually push as well.
But the attacking team at this point have taken over A. The spikes will be there for free. Jett can't do much about this. It's a sloppy fight, and Honeybee's going to win it. Better weaponry this time around. And I do like the intention, but the timing was all wrong. The plant's going to be for free, and no one can stop it. And the retake's still pretty far. I don't know if they can do much. Doma can try and make a play on this. Boaster probably wants to keep the weapon. And yeah, Hugstar's going to deny Doma, but if you're looking at Boaster, I would say look to keep the rifle up here rather than doing too much damage. A 1v3 is tempting, but it shouldn't come through.
Although he most likely got the confirmation of a big damage on Hugstar, some damage on Honeybee. So he might go for some exit kills. I wouldn't be surprised. They should have a full buy. Although, wait. Boaster had a Spectre on round 2. That means did he pick it up? Oh, I'm not certain. But I wouldn't be surprised if he would go for some exit kills, but he's just hiding on C, double doors right now, and just being happy with the Vandal.
It's not a bad gun to have, but for me so far, I do like seeing the Boasters kind of floating through out this map. We saw that A-short aggression, not this round, but the one prior. And this time around, I think he was supporting towards C, so they do seem like they're very fluid in their aggression on the defensive side. But they were with lighter weapons, so I do want to see what they do on a full buy, if that changes things. But this is that deep nade that came through like that, and they continue to push it. Doma really did kind of hammer home the point, but by this point, they'd already lost A long. As soon as the Omen went down, they were kind of screwed.
So, 3 players from SUMN currently on A. That signals a push on that side to get map control and then rotate or just go all in. Let's see how that will work out.
They've got a couple of different looks to it as well. We have seen this before. Jack has to hold down the map, though, because it looks like the Cobras were going to try and work through middle a little bit, get that window control for free. But look at the push up here. Now, we've got 2 players pushing over towards A-long. It looks like Honeybee is very aware of this. The call was made, but maybe a little too late in the day because they've done the damage. Fancy just about gets it back together, but Fancy's still at spawn at this point.
So well played by SUMN. We're going to break it down a little bit, but let's take a look at Fancy if he's going to find a way out of this situation, because 1 versus 3 with a full buy, that doesn't really sound too good for him.
No.
Especially since Killjoy is still alive. There's a turret somewhere. There's most likely an alarm bot, maybe some nano swarms. Who knows?
Yeah, if he could isolate one of these into 1v1s, maybe. But you're right. There's too much information available, and this off angle is going to be Fancy's death. 3, 2, yeah, make it on 2. There it goes. Mo, deep hold, ensuring that no one could slip through either side of B.
I really like what SUMN was doing with this, because they knew he got tagged. He tagged this opposing Sova with the drone, but at the same time they played deep sides because they know if they get isolated and die 1 by 1, it's going to be pretty tough. So they don't push anything so they don't give that occasion for anyone to get that one-on-one fight, because the other option would be just group up in the spawn, wait for the plant, and then retake as free. So those 2 options were viable. But I really like the paranoia from A-short, from SUMN, to push up long, and that worked out perfectly.
Okay, there's no subtlety to the Cobras so far. This is, we're going to put all of our utility towards A. And now look at the Sova on the other side. Mo has gone from site all the way around towards heaven, and he's like, hey, I don't want to die for this. I'll wait. We can play retake. And the name of the game here for Mo, don't get picked early. Do a bit of damage if you can. Yep.
Nice,
cool.
nice. That's a kill. Oh, no, he missed the second shock dart. No! Vlad with the 54 HP after the first one.
Okay, and now with the Killjoy ult coming in, this could be a problem. This could make it a little bit trickier to control. Let's see what Vlad can do. Ready to swing with the frenzy, wants to get up close, wants to get personal, and he's going to have 3 potential targets. That's 1. The dink was good, a decent amount of damage, but they're going to go back in on this SUMN, looking for the opponents, trying to find them. But is there anything tricky up the sleeves on the post plant?
2 players detained.
Yeah, no, there's nothing. You can't stop them. No one's going to deny the defuse, and 5 still stand for SUMN. A little bit of damage on the way out, but death nonetheless. Ooh,
the disrespect.
Body. Ooh, I like it. I like it.
Well, he had a finisher, so there was no body there.
That is, yeah, but the theory.
the intent
theory.
was there.
Yeah. Don't tell him, all right? But no, again, I think the Cobras are actually a good team. I think the problem is right now we're seeing SUMN FC elevate themselves to being quite a tactical side and showing, they've got the fraggers like Doma, who's popping off here. He's on 23 kills. The guy's having a great series. We've seen what he can be as a technical player and now as a fragger. That is a very diverse skill set that not many have. Now, no information really. Yeah, Recon Bolt does go down eventually. But this is now turning attention. Look at this SUMN just turning the screws now. They're in their spawn. They want to fight them. Hugstar doesn't want this though. He's trying to stay bold and brave for his side, but they can't make it out of spawn yet.
Yeah, the Cobras know that that SUMN did push with 3 players before, so they're probably gonna do the same. This time with a different synergy, because we have seen that Recon Bolt giving information on Garden in front of A. There was no one there. That gave an information for the push to just go through it. But
is he walking the smoke?
Oh,
I thought he was walking. Oh, he was walking the smoke, but Honeybee is very aware of this. Honeybee's been trying to keep track of that so often. And this time does succeed, but is down to less than a one-shot. But no, No real stack for the defending side to deal with this. This is a lot of players coming their way. 5 players still stand for the Cobras. This should be a clean site take, unless Mistic, Mo, or Chat can do something about it. And so far,
low HP on 2 players. This is actually doable.
Maybe. We'll see. Look, give me a first kill. Give me 1 clean kill, and I will be a believer. Until that point, I don't know.
Got some tags through the green box.
It's little by little. It's getting there. Jack's trying to test the waters. But looking at the other two, they're still so focused towards double doors. What are they looking towards? I just want to see what they're after. It might be exit kills. I actually don't know. Machine's aware that there could have been someone around, kind of hunting quite close by.
Yeah, they're saving now, right now.
Straight up looking to get away some of these guns. Mistic's got 1. That's Honeybee dead. We knew that Honeybee was very low, though, earlier on, after a little bit of an exchange.
Entire team of Cobras is safe here in this position from the explosion of the spike. So they don't need to push anymore, and they know they should value the economy. They shouldn't go for kills. But Mo doesn't value that, and he knows that they still have some cash. And he's destroying the economy of Cobras. I really like the push from SUMN here. It just kind of, came down to who hits his shots. And Doma failed the first duel. Then we have seen the same from Breach following up upon the smoke. So it looks quite unfortunate. But I really liked what Mo did. Mo did put that recon arrow on the garden, which allowed the push. Without the paranoia, I even think they saved that.
Yeah.
So it was a well-coordinated attack, but didn't pay off this time. And I feel like maybe they shouldn't try it for the 3rd time, because it worked once. Maybe not try to push it, too much.
Thank you, production, for the Boaster replay package. That's my favorite so far. I'm kidding. We are going to be looking at the Cobras to see what they can do with this now, though. I think they've been kind of tamed to consider that there may be aggression wherever they go, so we'll slow down the attack slightly. They have to be very methodical and meticulous in how they clear this, because they don't know if is Boaster going to be pushing somewhere? Do we going to have Doma flying around? But no, for now this is very standard, very traditional. This slow approach towards C will be noted pretty soon. Oh, Machine's definitely seen that. That's information to be fed across.
That's actually something that you don't see.
They didn't? Okay, fair enough. Machine, let's see what they can do with it then. Already seems aware that there's someone around. Jack's got 1, that's... Oh, how has he gotten away with a 2nd? And Mistic is blind at the same time, so this was all on Jack to stay alive. Does eventually go down, forced out, but Hugstar going to clean up. And now 3 still standing on long, but they are going to be mauled if they keep going up this way. Now down to 2, as Mo did very well with that. Honeybee removed. And Hugstar and Fancy, look how much ground they've gained.
30 seconds left.
Yeah, but they also, SUMN didn't get any map control apart from Seaside, and, well, that's basically it. Everything else is open. Cobras can be anywhere right now, but they're still on C-Long, so they're just waiting. And I really liked what Honeybee did. He set up his turret for a crossfire with himself,
10 seconds left.
So he had a chance to kill at least one opponent who was breaching the site. He did 2 kills, so he did way better than anticipated from him. Although it's when a defender gets 2 kills on an execute, that's where he shines. That's a job done well.
Okay, I want to see what this does to the money now of the Cobras as well. There was no spike plant. They lost 3 players, so reinvesting might get a little tricky. They might be able to spread the wealth well enough, but I want to keep a check on this one because someone are playing a very good game at keeping them very humble here. And it feels like, I like that switch away from just being... We've seen a lot of the aggressive plays now from SUMN, but this was just a very standardized, sit deep, kind of wait for the play to come your way. We've already set the standard that they expect people to be pushed up. They're in their heads. Cobras need to bring a little bit of that fire back into this game. 8-11 now on the scoreboard. Boaster going to try and get a little bit aggressive, a little bit of presence towards long, but now he's on his own. Boaster better be up for the fight. He's got 1, 2, 3 players in front. He gets 2 of them. The third just escapes his clutches, and now Vlad can't aggress. He cannot go further. They must back away. But can they maybe punish some of these rotations, or are they going to look for other options?
Oh, I love those setups. Boaster and tsack in this case. Tsack just made sure that no one will push Boaster after he dies, or before he dies, basically, right? Because of the nano swarm set up there. That was so well done. And Boaster with the double kill, he did his job. This is exactly what I was saying about Honeybee in the previous round.
I I like that. I do.
Sorry, about tsack actually on site.
Yeah. Now into the 3v3 though, we've got to look at what's happening here. Vlad's going to be a bit of a nuisance. He's selling a bit of a ruse. Look at the defensive side rotating. Now with Mo dealing with Vlad, him unable to stay alive, they might start remembering, it might be a problem, and it is. Spike's going to go down. Fancy at the helm of this one, but a 2v3 to try and deny getting on towards match point for SUMN FC. This retake is going to be brutal. Mo's going to find Fancy, and now you're going to have Hugstar left alive. A 1v3, and it doesn't even look difficult for tsack. Beautifully played. SUMN maintaining composure once again.
I'm honestly kind of surprised they pushed CT. Yeah. Like, we knew that... I mean, we knew because we see the map. But SUMN was... nowhere around. That was happening.
Yeah, that was very nice. Thank you for that replay. Again, I like the Boaster replay, and now I like very deep voice replay.
It was slowed down. This is why I did it, you know? So, but one of the point, fall back on the point I was making, SUMN was waiting for a rotation from Mistic to make a free players retake, and I feel like Cobras should know that they're not gonna push one by one.
Yep.
End up playing for a full push retake, so it is high risk, high reward, right? In this case, kind of hard to say. Was it a positive decision? Was it a bad decision? But now they have to pay, you know, pay more attention to this round because this is match point, not only map point, match point for SUMN.
All comes down to this now. The Cobras have woken up, but put back to sleep in these rounds. Now, information noted. You're going to see doma going to be well aware of what's coming his way. Keeps his calm. He's not been revealed yet. Woo! And this could be a terrible surprise.
That rocket is damage. Honeybee is 2 HP.
How is he alive? But doma, do you dare? Are you going to do this to them? They're waiting on the other side. Doma might just go ahead and push this one if he feels he can. The corner... It's kind of got 4 players there, but he's holding an aggressive angle. If they don't clear these angles, they are in so much trouble. It looks like Honeybee's curious about it, and maybe Honeybee can be traded on. Lower HP, but doma still stands. This could be everything. SUMN FC, the barrel shows, that's 1. Doma goes back in, he's going to get the second one. Excellent play from doma, and it's going to put the worst scenario now in the heads of the Cobras. You've got Machine is still standing, Hugstar a little low, left. Fancy a little low, but you do have a good position for Machine. Trying to wrap around Pincer towards Mo. Pincer, I think, towards Boaster, but Mo's shot is so crisp. And surely this is it. Machine has to save the day here for them, but I don't know if he can. With 14 seconds, Spike on the side, but does this deny it? It does! Mo is doing everything for his side right now, and time is of the essence. Machine is desperate for this, but time
4 seconds left, this is it!
They just need to live, and Machine has no options available. GG, well played. SUMN FC just styled on this game.
Wow, that was so well played. So well played. And you know what's the funniest moment of this round was doma was just sitting in A short, and unfortunately for Cobras, they chose the player to push him with the Guardian, which is even longer than Phantom. So the battle is just like, oh, you know, I'm here.